Hi. So I'm currently in a Premier Inn, and this is like my monthly thing that I do where I go and stay in a Premier Inn by myself. I did post a TikTok um it literally was a month ago. I think it was the 11th of November and it's the 11th of December today. And I was just talking about how I said this is your sign to go and stay in a Premier Inn by yourself or just like any hotel that's like in your budget. Unfortunately, I don't have a huge budget, so Premier Inn is where it's at for me. But when I posted that, I got a couple of DMs on TikTok and then a couple of people on Instagram last year and messaged me about doing things alone because I went and stayed in a hotel last year by myself. And people were saying, oh, I wish I had the confidence to do this. Oh, can you basically on TikTok, someone was asking me for like tips on how to do stuff like this. And I feel like it's just a lot more than giving someone tips, because for me, it took me years to like actually feel comfortable enough to do something like this. If you had told me 3 years ago that I was going to be doing stuff by myself, going to like Starbucks by myself, going to the cinema by myself, staying in hotels by myself, I would have laughed in your face and then spat on you. So I thought what I would do, instead of just like, I'm going to make a TikTok about it as well, but instead of like just responding to one person in like a DM on Instagram or TikTok, I would just make like a long form video just talking about how it's really actually helped me and how I would just 100% recommend doing it. So yeah, I've just arrived. I do this like every month, but I've never been ID'd before, and the woman at the front desk just ID'd me, and I don't know why she did that, because I've stayed in so many Premier Inns and I've never had my ID asked for before, which is just so weird. But I don't know what the plan is, because I don't really have any money just now. I'm really pretty much like skint until the end of the month, and I was just thinking about maybe going to the Christmas markets, perhaps by myself. I did run into my sister when I was on the bus, and I was like, if you're going to Christmas markets later, just let me know, because I don't know if I'm ready to go to Christmas markets on my own. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's just more about like, I would feel like I would just be sad because I would see all these people like with their families and stuff, and then I'd be like by myself. I think that's like a thing that I can aim for in the future, is to do stuff like that, but this is good for now. But I might try it. I might try it later. This is the new Premier Inn in Glasgow city centre, like the one at St Enoch Square. Brand new. I think it like just opened like recently. So it's really nice. I feel like people just don't go to Premier Inns because they think that it's going to be like shit, but it's like really not. Also, I don't have a bath in my house, so I 100% am going to be taking a bath tonight. I'm gonna shut these curtains over. That's great. I think what really like prompted me to like go and start doing things by myself as opposed to relying on other people to do them with me, because I am not in a relationship, which I don't want to be, but also I have quite a small circle of friends, and I don't always want to have to rely on people to do things with me that I want to do. Because people have their own lives, and when you get older, like I'm 21, when you get older, like things change, and you don't always have like people just to like do things at the click of a finger and like do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do it. It's just not that easy. So one of the main things for me was like, because now that I work from home, I just felt like I was always in my bedroom, because obviously that's my workplace, and it's like, that was what really prompted me to start just going out and doing things. Getting away for one night, like every few weeks, to stay in a hotel is really beneficial. Not just because I work from home, but just as like a way to just be on your own, like completely isolated, and feel like you can have like a recharge and feel, I don't know, like basically just feel like you can do whatever you want to do and not have to worry about other people wanting to do the same thing as you. The last time I came here, which is when I posted a TikTok about it, it was when I'm a Celebrity was on. I was watching I'm a Celebrity by myself. I got a Bucks bar delivered, which, by the way, definitely overrated. I got that for my 20th birthday as well. It was nice on my 20th birthday, but when I got it at the hotel last month, it was like shit. So probably wouldn't recommend Bucks Bar. I've never actually been in to Bucks Bar, but it's not something that I would get again. But I got a Bucks Bar and it was fine. I watched TV, I had a bath. I went to the Tesco Metro, like that's literally just across the street from here, and got like snacks and stuff, and I watched YouTube. And I had a glass of wine. And I have wine as well. I'm gonna have a glass of wine tonight. But yeah. Money-wise, for the Premier Inn, it's like, it's not expensive, but it's also not that cheap. It just depends on what day you go. Like, I haven't been on a weekend because I just don't think that I could afford that. This is a Sunday, which I suppose is the weekend, but it's cheaper on a Sunday than it is on a Saturday. But I find that weekdays are a lot cheaper, literally half the price. So, yeah, I think this cost me £50 for the night. But I've stayed in Premier Inns for like £40 for one night as well. I think that's probably the cheapest I've ever spent. Maybe like 35 or something. But you can, I mean, it goes up to like 100 to £200 if it's like Christmas, or like if there's an occasion happening, or if it's a weekend. So Premier Inn is probably my first choice, just because it's not too expensive, but it's also not like I think for value for money, I think it's like the best, because I don't know how I feel about staying in a Travelodge. Some of them are a bit shit. Although if it's all I could afford, I would 100% do it. But I just feel like because I can't afford to stay in a Premier Inn right now, I'm just gonna stick to the Premier Inn. I always thought Holiday Inns were like fucking cheap. They're not. The Holiday Inns are not cheap. I was like looking at Holiday Inns because I was like, Holiday Inns are like budget hotels? No. No, they're not. Spoiler alert, just in case you wanted to go and stay in a Holiday Inn, they're a little bit pricey. So, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get ready, because I am gonna go out and like buy a bottle of wine, and I'm gonna go out and try and get some sort of food. One thing I haven't quite mastered yet is the whole idea of going and staying by myself somewhere and then going out for dinner alone. I haven't quite mastered that yet. I haven't been out for like a meal by myself. I want to. I don't know if I'd go out for a meal by myself though. I think I would just go out for like lunch, you know, like go and get a snack and like Costa or something. I actually don't think I could go to like a restaurant and sit by myself. I just don't think I could do it. I think my anxiety isn't there yet. It's a process. It's a process. Okay, this is my favourite wine. It's the Echo Falls Fruit Fusion. Is it raspberry and cassis? Or is that cassis? Anyway, this one. It's just like the perfect amount. I feel like I can have 2 bottles of this, and that's like enough for like a full night out. Like 2 bottles of this is the perfect amount. If I have 2 bottles of like any more than 9% alcohol, I won't remember the night. But this I found is like the best one for me. And also, it tastes good. It's like red wine, you know, like the Echo Falls Summer Berries one, which is like rosé. I used to really like that. Now I can't even go in the same room as it. This is like a red wine, but it doesn't taste like red wine. It doesn't taste like that sweat, awful red wine taste. It actually doesn't have like a burning aftertaste that, with every other wine that I've ever tried. So this one is my go-to wine, and it's like £5, so it just does the job. In terms of stuff that I bring, my laptop is essential. I need to bring my laptop because I need to watch YouTube. YouTube is like, it's either YouTube or Netflix. I don't know if you can get Netflix on the TV in here, but a laptop. Also, guys, I ordered a Samsung tablet the other day because I've had iPads for like years, but they just keep breaking, and I just thought I'll just get a Samsung tablet. So I'll let you know how that goes when I receive it. I also brought my Amazon Echo with me because when I'm getting ready, I like to listen to music. So I brought my Echo with me. And this, Cadbury's went up to £1.25, so I bought Galaxy. And I managed to fit all of the contents of makeup and skincare that I need to put on my face in this one bag, which I'm really proud of myself doing because I never thought that I'd be able to fit everything that I need in that one bag. Okay, one thing about this hotel room though is the lighting is not providing the goods. It's not. It's really not giving what I want it to give. It's not. But we'll have to just make do with this. I'm sitting in front of a mirror. There's 2 mirrors in here. This one and then the one in the bathroom. But I'm not standing up to do this. I'm having a glass of wine and I'm gonna get ready and I'm gonna sit on the floor and get ready. So that's what I'm doing right now. Like I said, I managed to fit all of the components into one little bag, which has never happened to me before. Usually I take like a huge, like big, like laundry bag full of shit that I don't actually need. So I'm glad that I managed to fit everything in one bag. But here we are. I thought I would do a get ready with me because I'm going out and I can't get my Amazon Echo to work. So here I am. Let's just do this right now. So I usually use, I basically just do like skin makeup. I don't do like any other makeup, like eye makeup, or I've never wear lipstick in my life. But I wear just like pretty much exclusively just skin stuff. And I usually use the Uoma Beauty Foundation, but I don't have much of that left and I don't have the budget to buy another one. So I'm using my Wet n Wild foundation. And this sponge that I got from Shein. It's a great sponge. But yeah. But I thought like I was gonna be talking about anyway, like how I've sort of came to like be a bit more comfortable in myself and like do things that I wouldn't have done like 2 years ago. And I thought that this might be the best time to like talk about it, because instead of just sitting awkwardly in front of the camera and like talking, I might as well do something while I'm talking because it might help me. So basically, since I started working from home, I've just been like so desperate to like get out more. But because my friendship circle is so small, it's like I don't always have someone to go out with when I want to go out, because when I want to go out, I can't with other people all the time because they're busy or they have other things going on. Like for me, I have like my best pal and she's in a relationship and she's pretty much always been in one. So it's like, I understand that when you're in a relationship, you have like that as like your person, and then like obviously I get that friends are also a priority, but for me it's like I would get it. Like if I was in a relationship, I most likely wouldn't always have the time to like go out and do things, especially if I was like in college or, you know, working or whatever it is. So for me, it's like, because I'm single by choice, I absolutely do not want to have a relationship right now. My last relationship, which was my only relationship, was a fucking disaster. I'm literally traumatized for life by that. And that's like a whole other situation. Maybe I'll tell that story at one point. But for me, it's like, because I don't want to be in a relationship right now, I'm just not, I just don't want to be in one. Mainly because I'm still recovering from like my relationship that I had in 2019, which was a joke. But also because I just don't want to be, like, I want to be able to like do what I want. You know, I don't think I'm ready to like commit to someone yet at all, actually. That literally sounds like the worst thing for me. Not like a bad thing if that's what you want to do, but that's just not like my thing. So I'm pretty much single, not wanting to mingle. And with that comes a bit of like not knowing what to do, when to do things. I literally don't have many plans. Like I don't have plans to do things. Like I wanted to go on holiday this year. That didn't end up working out, just due to like financial stuff and like obviously with friends and stuff. Like I can't just expect friends to have like hundreds of pounds to like go on a holiday, do you know what I mean? Like it's just something that I would like to do at some point, but I started getting really scared when I turned 20, because I don't know if it's just me, but like turning 20 for me was like a real scary situation, because I still feel 18. I feel like an 18-year-old. I don't feel 21. I just don't feel like I'm in my 20s. That just doesn't feel real when I say that. And for me, it was like, oh my God, I'm running out of time. I'm running out of time. I need to do all of this at once. I need to go on holidays. I need to be in a relationship. I need to meet new friends. I need to go and get like a full-time job. I need to start my career. I need to do all these things that I don't need to do at 21. Like, you don't need to have all of these boxes checked. That just is so stupid. But that's the kind of way that I was thinking at the time. Like, I was like, I have so much that I need to do. I would say that's pretty much how it all started, was like me being scared about getting older and like feeling like I have so much that I want to do but nobody to do it with. Which isn't true. I do have friends, but I just like to do things spontaneously and make plans. And when it comes to people struggling financially, I can't expect people to just have money to like, oh, let's go to London tomorrow. Let's visit Newcastle next weekend. Like, I just can't. That's unrealistic for me financially, but also to just expect someone to like at the drop of a hat be able to like go and do things like that. It's just silly. So I started doing things by myself. I went the first time I stayed in a hotel by myself was 2019. Wasn't intentional. I didn't intentionally stay in a hotel by myself. It was when I was with my ex, and long story. But I actually enjoyed being on my own and like feeling like I could do whatever I wanted, because I still live at home right now with family, so I don't have like my own place where I can just do whatever I want. And I'm quite happy living at home right now. I'm not in any rush to like move out or anything. I'm trying to save for a car right now, so thinking about saving for like a place to live like genuinely makes me feel sick. Like, I need to focus on one thing at a time. So I started doing things by myself. I stayed in a hotel by myself last year, which was really fun. Just feeling like I can be independent, a time that I can like recharge and like get away from people and just be alone was like what I wanted it for. And I just like the independent feeling that you get when you're doing stuff alone and you feel like you're in full control of what you're doing. I just felt like I was always at home and I was just never going out, and I think part of the reason for that was because of my anxiety. And my anxiety plays a huge factor in why I was never really even going out, even with friends, not even by myself, just with friends in general. I just wasn't really like doing anything. So started doing that. I just basically forced myself, and then this past year I've just been like doing things alone. Right now I'm studying for my driving theory test, which I just changed the date of it. It was supposed to be this month, but I'm not doing it this month. I'm not prepared. But I was going and studying in Starbucks. I just took my laptop to Starbucks and I would go and just study in there, because it was like I was getting away from my bedroom because I work from there. So it was like I couldn't separate working from like other things like studying or anything. Like that's my workplace, so it was difficult for me to like study in my workplace, because I was like, this isn't my job, but it's also like something that I'm doing in my bedroom, but it's not, I don't feel productive when I'm doing stuff in my bedroom anymore, because that's where I work. So it's difficult to explain, but I basically just went, I was like, I'm just gonna go and sit in Starbucks and study and zone out for a minute, buy a coffee, study for whatever. And I was so surprised when I went there and I realized that the majority of the people that were in Starbucks were by themselves. There was barely anyone there with other people. There was just people in there by themselves, whether it be just drinking a coffee by themselves or they had their laptops and they were also studying. It just felt really refreshing, and I didn't feel like I was weird for being by myself, because there was so many people around me that were also by themselves. So I had this fear of like people thinking that I was weird for being alone, and I didn't want people to feel sorry for me because I wanted to do these things. It's not as if I didn't have a choice. Like, I was choosing to be alone and choosing to do things on my own because that's what I wanted to do. And I was always scared of like people thinking that I was weird, or, you know, when you have social anxiety and you just think everyone's looking at you. But then when I went into Starbucks and everyone was by themselves, it literally made me feel so much better. And I was in there like every week just studying for my theory test. So that was fun. I like this e.l.f. Putty bronzer. It's the best cream bronzer that you can get. I've literally like used almost all of it up. I just shoved the butt of the sponge into the pot and then just like tap it on my face like that. The lighting in here is so bad. Like, I can't even see what I'm doing in this mirror. So this might look like hot trash, but that's all right because I am hot trash. I feel like in terms of tips for people that are wanting to do things alone without relying on other people to do things with them, my biggest tip would be to just do it. Just force yourself to do it. Like once you've done it once, it's so easy. I have really bad social anxiety and I've noticed that I've always had it, but ever since COVID, when we were like in the house doing absolutely nothing for like 6 months, coming out of that, my social anxiety was so horrendous that I didn't even know how to speak to people. I got a job in a bar last year. It was the worst experience of my life. And not because of my anxiety, just because of, it doesn't even matter, but I could not speak. I was not speaking. I couldn't speak to the customers that were coming in. Is that what they're called? People that drink in bars, customers? People that would drink in the bar, I couldn't speak to them. I was just so bad at it. And my manager was telling me, she was a bitch, but she was telling me like, you know, you need to open up. You need to be more confident. Because she told me that it was like a community bar and like you needed to like create like a community spirit and like be talkative with the guests. And I knew that when I was working. I knew I was standing there and on shift knowing that I had to speak and I just couldn't. But I think since I've been doing stuff by myself, it's been forcing me to say things to people and speak to people. Like, you know, I can't get my friend to order my fucking Starbucks for me anymore. It's like I go and do it by myself. It sounds stupid to people that don't suffer with anxiety, but it's like a real thing. And it's just really helped me. Being independent has really helped me with my anxiety, and just everything about like my mental health has just been so much better since being a bit more independent. So my biggest sort of tip to anyone, and this is the reason why I'm basically making this like video, would be just force yourself to do it once. If it's something that you've wanted to do for a while, force yourself to do it like once. And then once you've done it once, it will be absolutely fine. You will be able to do it again and again and again and again. I have always wanted to get into solo traveling. For like a really long time, I've been wanting to do solo traveling things, like I really want to go and visit Newcastle for some reason. It's just calling my name. And I want to go back to Blackpool. I love Blackpool. I want to go to Edinburgh. I know that Edinburgh isn't that far from me, but I've been to Edinburgh like twice in my life, which is just scary. And I love Edinburgh at like Christmas time. The only time that I've really ever properly been to Edinburgh was for like a school trip that I went on in 2016. And it was Christmas and it was just so great. And I've always wanted to go back. But again, like I said earlier, it's like, if you don't have people to go with, you feel like you can't. But that's just not the case. I also watch a lot of Mark Ferris's videos on YouTube. He does a lot of solo traveling stuff, and there's a lot of YouTubers that do solo traveling content, which is it's really refreshing to see people with like bigger platforms doing things like that, because then it's like promoting it and then more people are doing it and then it becomes more normal. Because I'm just an independent person. I just like my own company. Although I am a homebody as well. I love being at home. I love having my family like in the same house as me. I like having stuff going on around me but still being in my own space. So obviously I have my own room, but I like to have like people around me. I don't want to be like on like a deserted island by myself. Do you know what I mean? Like that's just silly. So I like being around people. I like people. I just don't like constantly being with people. So yeah, and I think I've always been that way. I remember like in school and stuff as well, like there would be times where I would deliberately be by myself at lunch. People would I feel like people might have felt sorry for me because I was like by myself, but I wanted to be by myself. It's just like It's like, please don't feel sorry for me because I am happier than you are. I've always been like that. I've always been like just someone who really liked my own company. I'm sure one day I'll be able to be with, you know, a boyfriend or, you know, someone that, you know, can put up with me. But right now I just really enjoy my own space, and I'm starting to rabble on now, so I think I might stop filming now. I'm using this Catrice concealer. I've never used this before, so this could be shit. I usually use heart-shaped tape, but again, I'm running low, so I brought like some cheapies with me. Usually I don't actually use a sponge to blend my concealer. Also, I never used to use concealer, and now I just can't not use it. I always use it now, just for like under my eyes. I don't know if it's because I'm just like quite a tired person now, but my fucking under eyes are just grey. I just have grey under eyes. So, it's great. It's fun. Also, I have wine. I just completely forgot that I haven't started drinking my wine yet. Also, if you are one of those people that, I've got my wine. If you are one of those people that feels sort of pressure to be in a relationship, because a lot of people sort of feel like that's the way you need to be right now, is be in a relationship. I felt that way before, but and then I got into one, and then I literally never ever wanted to be in one ever again. So it took me a really long time to like actually get over what happened to me in my previous relationship, and now I just feel like I want to just be, again, like I said, independent. I'm only 21, so I don't feel like I need to be in a relationship doing all the things that other people are doing right now, because I'm just really enjoying not doing that. And yeah, just try and like focus on yourself. Like I said, there are so many people that aren't in relationships. There are so many people as well that don't even have friends. I'm lucky to be able to say that I actually have friends that if I do want to do something with people, I have that. But a lot of people don't, and that's why I need to keep reminding myself of, like, there are so many people that don't have friends. So if you do have friends, or even if you don't, it is absolutely fine to be an independent person. And if you want friends, there are plenty of ways that you can make friends, especially if you like go out by yourself. I mean, you're not going to make friends by not socializing. So if you want to make friends, but you also want to be independent, go out. I mean, I would go out to like a club or a bar by myself. It's so easy to like make friends when people have had drinks. Every single time I go out, I leave with a friend like I've never met before. So that's something that I can always count on. Like if I really do hit rock bottom and I have nobody, I know that I could literally just go to like Mozilla bar and like make a friend with someone. Like, you know, it's just easier. Laura Mercier powder. I'm using a powder puff, which I found to be like the best way to use powder. Something else as well that I have dealt with for years and years and years is depersonalization disorder, which is something that I've literally never spoken about. I've spoken about it with like one of my friends before. But basically it's when you feel like you're not real. You'll walk about outside and you feel like you're not a real person. You look at things and you're like, wow, am I like really actually standing here right now? Google it. Depersonalization disorder. It's a real fucking thing, and it's one of the biggest, like probably my main mental health problem at the moment. And it has been for years. I don't think that there's any way to get rid of it actually, because it's been like, I had it when I was in high school. I had it when I was like 14. And it's just always been with me. I feel like everyone must have it to a degree. It's just if you sort of realize that you have it, then that's when it becomes more obvious. But basically, is when you just don't feel real. You feel like you're just talking on autopilot. You're doing things on autopilot. You're not really thinking about what you're doing. Like even when I'm talking right now, I feel like I'm not really thinking about what I'm saying, but like I know what to say and just stuff like that. But one of the things that I wanted to like get out and do things more was because of that. I wanted to like feel like I was in control of what I was doing, feel like I could go out and, you know, do whatever I wanted and it feel real. And, you know, because when you're locked up in your bedroom all the time, it's like you don't really feel like you're living much because you're not doing much. So that's another one of the main reasons that I sort of started doing this as well. And it's been really beneficial. So it's been beneficial. Once I've powdered, I use this spray. This is from the Beauty Crop. It's the Wee Cherie Hydrating Dual Phase Setting Mist. Cannot not use setting mist. It's just not a thing that I do anymore. I need to use setting mist. It just makes me look less dead. But yeah, I am gonna finish doing this because I feel like I've rambled on for way too long. I'm gonna have some wine and then I will come back and do some more speaking maybe, or I'll just stop the video here because I feel like no one cares anymore. Okay, just realized I didn't even put primer on. See, it's because I got distracted because I've been talking. I didn't even put primer on. I'm really angry at that because usually I don't miss out on primer. This lighting is really, really horrendous. I'm really struggling to accept that that's what I look like. So I'm pretty much ready. I'm gonna go and get food, but my budget right now is telling me that McDonald's or KFC is pretty much my only options because I have around £20 in my bank account. I have like a savings account, but I'm saving for a car. I'm not going into my savings account just to buy a KFC. So in like my day-to-day account, I have like £20. Look at these LED lights. Anyways, I'm currently wearing this. Actually, let me just go in here. I'm wearing this top from ASOS. I have like other clothes, but I'm really comfortable right now and I don't want to like change out of these. And I'm also wearing these like joggers from ASOS. And I seen like a Twitter post earlier or a Facebook post and it was like, no matter how cold it is, there will always be that one guy that's walking about outside with shorts on. And I don't want to be that person, but I have shorts. So I'm thinking about putting my shorts on because I fake tanned last night and my legs are like my best feature, and with a tan, they're unstoppable. And I feel like there's no point in tanning my legs not to show them off. So if you see someone with very, very obvious faux freckles and shorts on in Glasgow, mind your business. Thanks. The sort of goal for me is to like make them look as fake as possible. That's the goal. So the lighting is slightly better in here in the bathroom. I'm currently squatted on the toilet. Also, I look so much better in the mirror than in the camera, but we'll forget about that for now. Do I, or am I just imagining that? Anyway, I've decided that I'm gonna go to McDonald's because there's a McDonald's literally just around the corner, so I might go there. But if it's busy, I will 100% go to KFC instead because I've been wanting a KFC, but McDonald's is closer. So whatever one isn't as crowded and busy is the one that I will go to. Anyways, let me just get off the toilet. Also, I am wearing shorts. I decided that I am going to be that person and I'm going to wear shorts. And I'm also wearing this really short-sleeved top. The camel toe is like a little bit much actually. But let me show you right here. Shorts. Legs are out, socks, some short top from Shein. I'm gonna need to charge my phone a little bit before I go out actually because I have like 5% and it's just like it's not really gonna work. So let's do that first of all. I also want to go to the Christmas market, so I think I might have a look there, but I don't even really have money, so probably won't be able to get anything from the Christmas markets. Let's be fucking real. It's time to be fucking real.